Wife sacrifices marriage for something I offered to give her. So, not really sure how to start this. Not the most intelligent, nor smartest guy in the world. Guess I'll just start talking. Me 32 male and my wife 26 female have been together for almost 5 years. Married for two. We have a 2-year-old son and I have a 10-year-old daughter from a previous relationship. Starting April of 21, my wife has met a new friend at work. Female in normal friend things start. Normal things at first. Texting, tagging each other on different social apps, normal things. F is also in a relationship with a man. Not sure if they're married. This is useful later. Starting in June, I started noticing things. Wife would stay up late at night, all night sometimes messaging F. Wife spending lots of time with her. Her coming to my house, wife going to their house. Again, nothing serious. I figured it's just a friend's thing. One night, I noticed something odd. Wife and I are in bed. I'm asleep. I wake up and she hurry and hides her phone. I don't think anything of it. I come back to bed and kind of snore or while I'm awake and she pulls up her phone and looks to delete some messages. I'm half asleep and don't pay any mind to it at that moment. During this time, we start getting into fights more often. She is starting to go to F's house more often and they're starting to go places more often. It starts coming to a head around June 23. We get into a huge fight and it ends with the wife punching a hole in the wall and leaving to her F house. That night, after more arguing and texts, I ended up telling her I want a divorce and we can no longer have a safe and stable relationship for our child. We later figure this out. June 29, it blows up big time. I am at work and receive a message from my wife. Wife says, F is coming to live with us because her partner kicked her out and she has no way to go. I tell wife this isn't happening at all. At this point, I'm very suspicious of wife and F. I tell my wife, you and your girlfriend can finally do whatever the fuck you want to do. I don't give a fuck anymore. She responds with, well, I love you. I always will. And always care about you because you're the father of my child. And that'll never change. I'm just gonna put it out there. F partner thinks F and I have something going on. He's jealous and controlling and she needed out. Sometimes feeling develop and it isn't anything that I can change now. After you threatened to divorce me, it made me realize you don't care as much about our relationship as I thought you did. I call her and she finally lets me know that her and F have had a physical affair and my suspicions are confirmed. Long story short, she tells me that it's because F was emotionally there for her during our arguments and fights. She also keeps stating she's just been selfish about the entire situation. And that my wife is always curious about females. I've offered in the past to invite female into our room to fulfill the wife's fantasy, but she refused, stating she did not want to share me. I do my best to work through this against my better judgment, and we start to mend our relationship. I'm not the best person on the planet. I say things, mean, hurtful things that I later apologize for. I always just had a feeling that something didn't add up. The story didn't quite sit right. They said blatant touch a few times and only had sex once. Still, it never added up. The messages F sent to my wife when they quit talking is nothing that a fling would send. This talking about true love and her being the one. Messages that didn't make any sense in her phone and had no context, leading me to believe most of them were deleted. Nice pictures in my wife's phone that I never received. Pictures where she has makeup on and all that. It comes to here about a week ago, I reached out to F and her partner to offer an apology. I didn't feel they deserved one, but I felt I needed to do it. As I said, some pretty mean and hurtful things. I did it for myself more than anything. F and I start messaging, and she actually feels me and a lot of things that happened, apparently. She then drops the bombshell and asks if her partner can call me. I accept the call, and he tells me I cannot accept your apology because I also had sex with your wife. So basically, my wife had sex with this couple multiple times because she wanted to try a woman, and her partner would not let F have sex with my wife unless he joined. I'm beyond destroyed. I feel like my wife sacrificed me, our son, and my daughter for something so selfish. And I offered to do it for her, but she refused because she did not want another person to touch me. I can't begin to process all this, and I have no idea where to go.
The suicide attempt was just her narcissistic way of making her the victim here instead of you. Make sure you document it, though, as it will be great evidence of instability, so you can get full/more custody of your children. Cut her out like a cancer, because that is what she is. Edit. Thanks for the award, kind Redditor. I would also strongly suggest getting a lawyer ASAP, get an STD test for yourself, and DNA test your child with her. Also, and probably should do this first, get a restraining order or order of protection to keep her away from you and the kids. She is mentally unstable and dangerous to all involved. Take care of yourself so you can take care of the kids. I'm sorry you're going through this. Right now it might seem like the world has just ended, but it will get better with time. Sometimes suicides are suicides or attempts. It could be real if she felt at the end of bad situation and saw no way out, at a level to cause a psychotic break. Narcissists really don't do suicide for the most part. It sort of goes against their grain. They will make noise for attention, but seldom action. Seldom a suicide note, it ruins their ability to change the narrative. If there was a note, and she used a knife making a major cut, these tend to be more serious attempts for females. Of course, if you really think it was theater, then that would tend to carry a lot of weight too, and less signs of a psychotic break, as that where you find most of your suicides, followed by manic depressives, but theirs is too, tends to be psychoses related to. What did the suicide note say? She may understand that what she did was wrong, and recognizes that it negatively will impact her life. Tough shit, that's what she gets. Actions have consequences, right? None of that is remorse for her actions. Those are guilt and regret. Remorse requires her to understand the massive pain that she caused you. Seems more like she is sorry she was caught. Every time she threatens to kill herself, call the cops, so that she can be admitted to a mental hospital to get the help she needs. If she is suicidal, then she needs the help. If she is doing that shit as a manipulative tactic, it will end pretty quickly. Nope, she was not sorry, man. She's just desperate because she fucked up and now want to manipulate you to stay by threatening you with a suicide attempt. She was only sorry she got caught. Lawyer up and protect yourself and your kids, they deserve better. Their mom already decided to throw away the family by having physical affair behind your back. Again, lawyer up, STD check, and protect your kids. Oh, sorry, was mid-work and only said the harsh part. The point of that rant wasn't to make you feel like shit, she's done that enough. Sorry this happened / is happening to you. If she tries to bring her problems to you, it doesn't make you shitty to say that it simply isn't your problem anymore. Tell her if she's suicidal, you'll call the hospital, and that's the extent of it. Start making your plans and get away. Record every interaction. Once she realizes she's lost your sympathy, she will switch to anger, and maybe even false accusations. I know it sucks, but protect yourself and you'll get to a place where you can figure this all out on your own. If you do end up getting back with her, just remember this and make sure to notice just how much she doesn't actually give a shit about you when it's not demonstrative. My ex-wife, her ex-stepfather was very abusive, and when her mother finally managed to escape, the whole suicide threat was his first go-to. I've known a few others also try the suicide card during similar. It's through that we found out that it's a classic emotional abuse tactic. Funny how they don't fall apart until they are caught and facing consequences. I experienced my ex-wife and her cheating last year. Here I am a year later and fully divorced, and I'm my own new home, and it's been a struggle at times. I miss my kids, but it's 1,000,000 times better than living through what adultery does, and its abuse. I don't know why family courts do not yet see affairs as abuse. Anyway, things do get better. No matter how dark it may seem now, there is light at the end of the tunnel.